A private message meant for Thor was accidentally broadcast to the entire Avengers Council, and what Superman confessed shook the room. Iron Man's eyes locked with Superman's, the silence louder than any explosion they had faced together. "You told him about Project Omega?" Tony whispered, his armor activating on its own. Hulk roared, leaping between them, torn between stopping the fight or choosing a side. And as the alien council tuned in silently from deep space, one hero smiled in the shadows. The message that wasn't meant to be heard. The council room was silent, eerily silent. A round table floated mid-air inside a sealed chamber orbiting above Earth. Holograms of every major hero flickered in and out as they logged into the emergency Avengers assembly. Superman hovered beside the window, arms crossed, staring into the void of space. Iron Man was late as always, but Thor, Hulk, and Captain America were already locked in a hushed argument over something marked classified. Project Omega. "Why now?" Thor questioned, gripping Mjolnir tighter than usual. "Why summon all of us, Kal-El?" Superman didn't turn. "Because the truth doesn't care about timing, Thor." Behind him, the secure comm system blinked red, a warning no one noticed yet. Earlier that day, in a restricted shield vault buried beneath New York, a heavily encrypted voice message was accidentally rerouted by an unknown signal. The message was supposed to go only to Thor. Instead, it was redirected to the entire Avengers Council, including the Alien Council's observation unit. And the voice in the message was clear, heavy, almost broken. "Thor, if you're hearing this, then I couldn't keep it hidden anymore. I'm sorry. It wasn't just a mission. It was a deal. A secret deal with the Alien Council. I gave them Project Omega to protect Earth. I didn't have a choice. And yes, Tony doesn't know. But if he finds out, it'll tear us all apart." Superman. The message played automatically the moment Iron Man entered the room. He paused in midair, suit's eyes glowing red. "Play that again." Captain America tried to intercept the feed. "Tony, wait." But the AI had already looped it. "I gave them Project Omega to protect Earth. Tony doesn't know." Boom. The sound of Tony's gauntlets powering up cracked through the silence. "Are you kidding me?" Superman turned, his cape swirling like a storm cloud. "Tony, I can explain." No, you can't." Iron Man advanced, his suit locking into full combat mode. "You sold us out. You handed over the one thing we all agreed never to reveal." "Because Earth was dying," Superman barked, eyes glowing faint red. "The Alien Council threatened to wipe out humanity unless they were given a deterrent. I made a call. I saved us." "Without telling anyone?" Thor shouted, slamming Mjolnir onto the metal floor, sending out a pulse. "You stole our trust, Kal-El. And you risked everything," Steve added coldly. "You turned into judge, jury, and executioner." Hulk growled low. "Hulk doesn't like secrets." Superman took a step forward. "You think I wanted this? I begged them for mercy. I offered myself, but they only wanted Omega. I had no time, Tony." Iron Man clenched his fists. "We always have time. You just didn't trust me." A new sound crackled through the intercom. A cold, alien voice. "The confession is appreciated. The deal still valid. Earth is safe. For now." The Alien Council had heard everything. Flashback, 14 days ago. The asteroid base was silent except for the breathing of the being seated across from Superman. Council Leader Xyrix, a towering alien with crystalline eyes and tentacle-like limbs. Behind him hovered soldiers in glimmering armor, weapons drawn. "You claim to protect this Earth," Xyrix hissed, "yet your species births chaos." "I'm not here to debate humanity's flaws," Superman replied. "I'm offering a deal." Xyrix's eyes glowed. "Project Omega." Superman hesitated. "That weapon can destroy galaxies," he warned. "I'm giving it to you with one condition. Earth is left untouched." "You realize this is betrayal?" Xyrix asked. Superman nodded slowly. "To save them, I will become the traitor." Present, back in the council room. Iron Man didn't hesitate. Boom. The first blast from his repulsors smashed into Superman's chest, sending him crashing through the glass-like walls of the floating council chamber. Red alarms blared. Zero gravity chaos. Thor flew after him, hammer raised, shouting, "Hold, Stark." But Iron Man was furious, relentless. "No, Thor. This man just handed Earth's soul to galactic warlords and didn't tell us. We trusted him." Superman recovered midair, eyes burning red, cape shredded. "Stop, Tony. You don't understand." "I understand betrayal," Tony yelled, launching a high-powered sonic cannon blast. Boom, boom, boom. Below them, Earth watched the sky light up like a thunderstorm. Cameras caught glimpses of Iron Man and Superman locked in a violent dance across the clouds. Thor and Hulk flew after them, unsure who to stop first. Captain America stayed behind, staring at the last line of the message, still playing on a loop. "If Tony finds out, it'll tear us all apart." Meanwhile, on the dark side of Mars, a cloaked figure watched the transmission with a wicked smile. It wasn't a member of the Avengers, nor of the Alien Council. It was someone who had waited decades for the moment these heroes would begin to break apart from within. A traitor had been planted long ago. The confession was just the match. Phase 2 begins. "Let them destroy themselves," the voice whispered. He activated a device with an old SHIELD logo burned into its surface with a twist. Beneath it, a hidden alien symbol glowed red. The punch that broke the sky. Boom. Iron Man's repulsor blast slammed Superman midair, cracking the sky open like thunder. Superman was thrown back across the clouds, cape tearing, his eyes flaring red with disbelief. "You lied to me," Tony roared, flying after him with full thrust propulsion, energy cells glowing white-hot. Superman caught himself midair, his boots hovering inches above a lightning streak storm. "I saved her, Tony. You sold it." Iron Man screamed, launching another volley. To aliens who threatened genocide. Superman dodged barely. The blast shattered a communications satellite behind him, sending debris raining toward Earth. Down below Manhattan, news channels switched to emergency mode. "We are getting live footage of what appears to be a battle in the upper atmosphere. That's Iron Man. And is that Superman? Is this real?" Civilians flooded the streets, necks craned skyward. Kids cried. Adults panicked. But one figure watched calmly from a rooftop, hooded, cloaked in digital shadow. A hidden earpiece crackled. "They're doing it. The fracture has begun." The figure smiled. Phase 2. Upload the second file to the Avengers database. Let the others know what Kal-El really gave away. Back in the sky, 60,000 feet up, Thor flew between them. Enough. His hammer glowed with godlight, sending a shockwave that separated the two. But it was too late. Trust had shattered. "Kal-El, is this true?" Thor asked, quieter now. "Did you make a deal with the Alien Council without us?" Superman looked down, ashamed. "Yes." Hulk stepped forward from the side, eyes narrowed. "What is Project Omega?" Iron Man answered, voice grim. "A weapon we swore never to build. A last resort failsafe. It makes Thanos look like a water pistol." Captain America arrived last, his shield already in hand. "Tony, stand down. This isn't the time." Tony didn't blink. "Oh, it's exactly the time." He turned to Superman. "You made yourself king of Earth behind our backs. You gave aliens something that could erase us in seconds. They were going to destroy Earth unless I did something," Superman snapped. "Do you want to count the bodies of the 8 billion people I saved, or just attack me for how I did it?" "You didn't save them," Tony said. "You gamble-traded their future away." Superman's fists clenched. "Don't make me your enemy, Stark." Too late. On board the Alien Council flagship, Deep Orbit. The Council watched the fight from a crystalline monitor. "Excellent," said Xyrix, the alien leader with fractal eyes. "Let them fracture. This is how empires fall from within." Another alien turned. "Shall we begin extraction of Omega Protocol?" "Soon," Xyrix said. "Let them bleed first. The weapon only has value if they no longer stand united." Avengers Tower moments later. Black Widow, monitoring the situation, slammed her fists on the table. "We need to shut them down. Now." War Machine stepped in. If we interfere, we escalate it further. Vision floated above the map table. The AI leak is spreading. A second file was uploaded to the council servers. It's not just a confession anymore. It's the full blueprint of Project Omega. Who leaked it? Natasha asked. Vision hesitated. Unknown. But it wasn't Superman. Or Tony. They all looked at each other. Someone else was pulling the strings. Back in the battle, a turning point. Iron Man's armor locked onto Superman with dozens of mini-missiles. Superman's eyes glowed red. He prepared to retaliate. But before the blast could hit, a green blur smashed both of them aside. Hulk roared, standing between the two. Hulk says stop. Both heroes stared at him. If you fight, they win, Hulk growled, pointing upward. Alien eyes watching. They want us broken. A moment of silence. Tony's mask retracted slightly. Sweat ran down his temple. Then what do we do? Superman floated lower, breathing heavily. We find out who leaked Omega. And why. Cap nodded. And we do it together. Like we used to. Cut to unknown location. A pair of hands inserted a glowing red crystal into a strange alien tech device. The screen blinked. Omega activated. Earthlock countdown initiated. 72 hours. A shadowy figure smiled behind the glow. You think the confession was the end? No, heroes. It was just the beginning. The betrayer among us. 72 hours left. That's what the alien countdown said when it blinked onto every Avengers screen across the world. 72 hours until what? No one knew for sure. Not even Superman. But one thing was certain. Someone inside the Avengers wasn't just leaking secrets. They were planning Earth's downfall from within. Avengers Tower, emergency lockdown. This is a trap, Natasha snapped, pacing the situation room. Someone wants us paranoid. Divided. No, Vision said, calmly floating over a digital projection. Someone already divided us. And now they're setting the fuse. Thor slammed Mjolnir onto the metal floor. Then speak plainly, android. Who lit it? Cross-referencing data logs, Vision replied. The original Omega file was accessed 6 days ago from inside the tower. Everyone froze. Wait, what? Tony said, stepping forward. Accessed by who? Vision looked up. Bruce Banner. Location, secret lab, below Avengers Tower. Hulk's fist smashed through reinforced doors. I didn't do this, he roared. Superman floated beside him, tense but not attacking. Bruce, if you're innocent, help us prove it. Check my logs. I haven't touched Omega since we agreed to bury it. You built half of it, Iron Man growled, stepping into the shadows, repulsor armed. So don't pretend you don't know how to trigger it. Enough. Captain America shouted. Everyone stopped. We're doing exactly what they want. Fighting each other while they count us down to extinction. He turned to Hulk. Help us trace the breach. Find out who spoofed your ID. Banner nodded. Then let's dig. Meanwhile, the Alien Council's ship. Phase 3 begins, said Xyrix, watching Earth's chaos unfold. Their rage blinds them. But one of the alien generals hesitated. What if they unite again? These Earthlings, they are unpredictable. Xyrix smirked. They won't. Because their real traitor is still in the shadows. And he's already activated the protocol. Back at the tower, Banner's discovery. Click, click, click. Lines of alien-injected code scrolled down the screen. Banner's fingers flew across the keyboard. There. Someone spliced alien code into the Omega core, using my old signature. But they used tech we've never seen before. Who else could have even known about your clearance protocols? Superman asked. Banner's hands froze. Nick Fury. The room went silent. Tony narrowed his eyes. Fury's been off-grid for almost a year. And now someone's using his clearance codes to activate a planetary weapon, Natasha added. Coincidence? I don't think so. But why? Thor said. Fury has always protected Midgard. Unless, Banner said slowly, he's not Fury anymore. Cut to unknown base in the Sahara Desert. The cloaked figure stood before a black obelisk of alien design, hands pressed to the glowing surface. His voice was distorted, mechanical, cold. Begin stage 4. Send in the replicant. Let the Avengers chase the wrong enemy. The obelisk flashed, and from the sand rose a twisted clone of Nick Fury, eyes glowing silver, skin shifting like liquid metal. Back with the Avengers' final twist. The emergency alert blared. Unauthorized teleport breach detected. Earth Defense Zone Beta. Identity Nicholas Fury. Superman turned sharply. He's here. Tony scanned his HUD. Not here, but close. Cap took a deep breath. Suit up. We're going dark. But just before they moved, boom, the wall exploded inward. Smoke, sparks, debris. And standing in the chaos was Nick Fury. Or something wearing his face. His voice was low, eerie, inhuman. You wanted the truth? He smiled. I am Omega. Rise of Omega Fury. I am Omega. The voice echoed in the ruins of Avengers Tower. Nick Fury stood in the smoke, or someone wearing his face. His skin shimmered with synthetic ripples. His eyes were metallic, unreadable. The air around him crackled like a broken signal. Tony scanned him instantly. That's not Fury. Superman narrowed his eyes. Then what is it? Replicant, Banner said, backing up. An advanced synthetic organism made from my old Gamma prototype and alien tech. Cap stepped forward. So who built it? The replicant grinned. You did. Explosion of truth. The replicant raised one hand, and without warning, unleashed a wave of EMP that shut down every system in the room. Stark's suit flickered. Lights died. Vision collapsed to one knee, blinking wildly. Superman lunged. Boom. The two clashed midair, fists and heat vision versus alien force fields. Thor joined, hurling Mjolnir, only to be caught mid-swing and thrown across the room like paper. Cap shielded Natasha as rubble crashed around them. This isn't just infiltration, he shouted. This thing's a walking apocalypse. Hulk roared and charged. But the replicant stood still, smiling. You think I came to fight? No. I came to activate. Suddenly, glowing red circuitry lit up across the tower's floor. Omega Protocol online. The walls vibrated. From beneath Avengers Tower, a massive reactor began to awaken, pulsing with unstable alien energy. Banner stared at the readings. No, that's the Omega Core. It's here, under us. Iron Man rebooted his suit, barely regaining flight. That thing used us. Used my tech. Yours. Fury's clearance. It stitched us all into this nightmare. Natasha screamed. If that thing arms Omega, it won't just destroy Earth. It'll rewrite reality. Superman broke through the replicant's shield and slammed him into the ground. Who sent you? Who? The replicant whispered, glitching. Phase 5 begins with sacrifice. Then he self-destructed. Kaboom. Silence after the storm. The tower collapsed halfway. Fires burned. Smoke rose into the New York sky. But underground, beneath the rubble, the Omega Core still pulsed. Alive. Tony coughed as he pulled debris off Cap. This wasn't about secrets anymore. This was warfare. Cold. Calculated. Thor helped Superman stand. A war of minds. And lies. Banner tapped into the remaining systems. The replicant uploaded Omega's final sequence to the Alien Council. That countdown. He looked up, pale. It's real. In 48 hours, Earth ends. And elsewhere, deep within the moon's dark side, the real villain watched it all unfold. A being cloaked in black, half human, half something else. Red veins glowed beneath his armor. He turned to a vast chamber of stasis pods, each containing corrupted versions of Earth's heroes. Superman twisted by hate. Iron Man rebuilt with alien tech. A dark Thor. A venom-fused Cap. He smiled. The originals will fall. Their shadows will rise. Omega Earth begins in 48 hours. He stepped into a pod marked Krypton X. Let the world remember, their gods were never pure. Omega Earth. 48 hours. That's all they had to stop the end of Earth. And now, they were already out of time. From the sky above New York, portals ripped open. Omega variants began to descend. Twisted copies of Earth's greatest heroes. A Kryptonian wearing black armor and red lightning eyes led them. Krypton X, a clone of Superman, rebuilt by the Alien Council fused with raw Omega energy. Behind him, Dark Thor spun a corrupted hammer. Iron Omega hovered with 6 reactor cores. A Venom Cap slammed his Omega shield into the pavement. Avengers versus their shadows. The real Superman stared into his clone's eyes. "You're not me." Krypton X smiled coldly. "I'm what you should have become. No guilt, no hesitation, just power." He launched first, boom, clashing with Superman in a shock wave that shattered every window within 10 miles. Iron Man took to the air, flanking Iron Omega. "Let's see how perfect your tech is." Thor and Hulk faced off against their dark twins, thunder crashing against thunder. Cap charged Venom Cap, shouting, "You're wearing my face, but you'll never carry my heart." The twist, Omega Core failsafe. Banner, deep underground, screamed into comms. "Listen, the Omega Core is charging a planet-scale rewrite. If it hits 100%, we lose everything, memories, time, truth." Superman shouted, still fighting, "Can it be stopped?" "Only if it absorbs one perfect energy source. One absolute life force." Everyone froze. Iron Man spoke first. "You mean someone has to die to overload it?" Banner's silence was the answer. "The sacrifice." Superman looked up, bleeding, broken, but calm. "I made the mistake once hiding a decision from you all." He turned to them, eyes filled with pain. "I won't make that mistake again." Before anyone could stop him, he shot into the sky, faster than light, straight into the Omega Core. "Cal, wait," shouted Thor. Iron Man's voice cracked. "Don't do this." But it was done. The end that saved everything. The moment Superman collided with the core. White flash. Time froze. Everything went silent. And then light returned. No explosion. No destruction. Just peace. The countdown disappeared. The clones vanished. The skies cleared. Earth was still here. But Superman was gone. Epilogue. 1 week later. The Avengers stood around a memorial. A statue of Superman stood above the skyline, cape billowing in stone, fist raised. Tony left his helmet at the base. Thor placed Mjolnir beside it. Cap saluted. "He made the hardest choice of all," Tony whispered. "He believed we were worth saving, even when we didn't." A breeze swept through. Somewhere far away, in a distant galaxy, a blue light blinked. Maybe he wasn't gone. Maybe hope never dies. The end.